It's to activate it. AF1. First and foremost, I'm gonna say peace, power, and soul. And shout out to the brother Zareyas and his following UNONC. And this is AF1, aka Neo. And I'm gonna break down the zero shields. The zero shields has always been here. They serve a futuristic purpose. The futuristic purpose for the zero shields is to protect the ones. It's been like that for history, for thousands and thousands of years, protecting the ones. They don't even know that's what they're doing. They're doing some aspect when you're dealing with kings, queens, um, prime ministers, presidents. All that stuff is being played out for a futuristic purpose. And the purpose is to protect the ones. That's what these zero shields is out here to protect the ones. Right? But see, when you're dealing with the ones, when you're dealing with these people that's running the planet, they don't deal with a lot of people. They don't. They don't deal with a lot of people. So people that are in power or they have a strength. Okay, because you got strength and you have power. There's strength in numbers, but there's power in the one. Anybody can have strength in numbers. Go back to the gangs. Go back to the gang history, dealing with the Crips, dealing with the Bloods, just using that as an example, right? They got strength in numbers. That is not power. When you have strength in numbers, that's not power. Power deals with manipulating everything, altering and shifting. That's power. When you can do that, then you'll understand megastan what's going on in the society in this day and time. Dealing with the coronavirus. You got people still doing. I had a brother contact me today, and he was talking about the vaccine. I'm like, why are you still talking about the vaccine for? Because people get manipulated so easy by social media and by the news and the agenda. Why are you worried about the vaccine? Why are you coming over here talking to me, Neo, about the vaccine? So getting back to the zero shields, they out here for a reason. So you have to make a choice. Are you going to be a shield? Or are you going to be a one? Because what penetrates a shield? What penetrates a shield? Could be an axe, could be a sword, could be a spear. Anything that's shaped like a one is going to penetrate that zero. This has been happening since time. The ones that's on the planet right now and they don't want to come over here and they want to be on their own little thing and do their own little shit and be around zeros, that's fine. But you're not in the future. That's one thing they have to bow down and recognize. You're not in the future. If you're not over here, you're not in the future. Because we're from the future. That's why when teachers come over here, they get bodied. They get bodied every time because we're in the future. We're past, when you're dealing with the upper dimensions, we're past the dimensions that y'all are used to. That's the only way this planet's going to move forward, dealing with the zero shields. There is nothing nobody on this planet can do about it. It's going to play out. It's going to play out dealing with the zero. And when you look at what's going on this planet right now in this day and time, everybody knows something's happening. Everybody can feel that. You can feel the energy that something's happening, something's shifting, but everybody don't know what it is. The reason why everything's shifting on this planet is because when you're dealing with the age of Aquarius and you're dealing with the Sirius star system, that's why when they say the coronavirus is a serious virus, they put everything in y'all's face and y'all can't tap in. So we had to come back from the future to let you guys know this is what's happening. When they say it's a serious virus, think about that for a minute. The coronavirus is a serious virus. But everything's going to happen. It's going to play out for a reason, right? Going back to the topic of the video, zero shields. When you're dealing with these zeros, They everywhere. They're everywhere. The ones are supposed to be walking with the ones. That's where the number 1111 came from. The ones are supposed to be walking with the ones. Now you got ones out here walking with zeros. How you gonna move a planet forward and you a one and you walking with zeros and you know they zeros? That's the sad part. You know they zeros. But see, dealing with quantum physics, going past the quantum computer, going past that. That's why when Neo went through the cyberverse and he tapped into the cyberverse, he was fighting what? Artificial intelligence, which is what's going on right now. So you're dealing with information. Information is informing your mutation. Information is informing, no, let me break that down another way. Information is forming your mutation. That's why I've always been about intel. It's always been about what's next. Because when you're dealing with somebody else's doctrine, somebody else's books, they wrote that. You didn't. So what are you living? You're living in the past. You're living in the past because you did not come up with that. Everything that you see, hear, and do research on is old. This planet is 9.9 billion years old behind in technology, behind in books, behind in a lot of things. You think that that's new? It's not. It's still old. Dealing with the Spartans, you got the Spartans, you got the Persians, you had a lot of China, Russia, Europe, all these societies that thrive through the past. Because when you're dealing with quantum physics, the the thing about moving forward is you always are going to be looking for something next. If that's you, you need to be over here. If it's not you, stay over there. Because the zeros are nothing but security and shields. The zeros are security and shields. The ones manipulate the zeros to be their what? Shields. Protect them from who? The other ones. Because the one is so powerful that you have to have zeros to protect you from the other ones. Because once the ones start really manipulating the structure of what's going on, they're gonna get scared because they don't want the ones to come over there. So that's what they do. They get protected by the zero shields. Who are the zero shields? AF1. All the people that's not ones. They're the zero shields. They are put here on this planet for one purpose, and that's to protect the ones. Now, when you're dealing with ones that got a whole bunch of zeros around them, they already know they need to be over here. Because when you're dealing with the people that's running the planet, they don't have zeros around them. They don't. They got ones around them, but they still use the zeros for security. So if they have like a gathering or a get together, and it's somewhere on the other side of the planet, this and that, who they gonna call? They're gonna call the zeros for protection. They're gonna call the zeros for protection. Because that's what the zeros is out here for. The zeros are out here to protect the ones. Simple as that. That's why we call them zero shields. But then when you look at the weapons, that in ancient history, anything that could penetrate, what was it? It was shaped like a one. Swords, spears. They penetrated the zeros. This has been going on for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. This is not nothing new. This is something next. Now everything's being put on the forefront, and you got some teachers out here that just don't want to accept it. They don't come over here because they already know. How are you going to test Neo and I'm in the Matrix and you already know when you come over here? I had one teacher come over here just today. Wanted me to come to his organization. I'm like, dude, that don't even make sense. If you listen to my videos, it's like y'all ain't coming with nothing next. Y'all ain't coming with no intel. Y'all still dealing with information, dealing with Kemet, the Olmecs, the what's the other old shit? The Olmecs, Kemet, uh, Mesoamerica, all this old stuff, because they still tapped into that frequency. They're still tapped into that old frequency. So the zero shields are always going to be out here, but the ones are always going to move past that. They're not going to be in the zero. They're not going to be in the hamster wheel. It's a real quick video. I got a Zoom call I got to be on right now. So it's the activated AF1. Peace, power, and soul. If you like the way the world is, don't like, don't share, don't subscribe. If you want it to alter, subscribe at the speed of light.